Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. In this video, I want us to answer one question. Why is the government, Kenya Kwanza Brigade, very desperate to kill Jubilee Party? And I'm asking that because earlier today, Jubilee rebels, led by Kanini Kega, who have so far joined Kenya Kwanza Alliance, forcefully attempted to evict Jeremiah Kioni and his team from Jubilee headquarters. With the help of some goons, they invaded Jubilee headquarters and attempted to forcefully evict Jeremiah Kioni and his team. Yes. And then in what appears as a well-scripted plan, the police intervened by lobbing tear gas to disperse the warring camps. If you look at that objectively, it's coming out very clearly that the Kanini Kega group were in a coalition with the police for them to storm Jubilee headquarters, in which the police will pretend to be intervening by lobbing tear gas to disperse both camps. I want us to dig deep into that. But before we do that, after all that, Uhuru Kenyatta, a visibly angry Uhuru Kenyatta, later stormed Jubilee headquarters and had this to say. Listen to Uhuru Kenyatta before we proceed.
And everybody who wants to leave a party is free to leave a party and go to another party. Yes. Ama ni mambo gani mzee? Na mimi nawashukuru kwa kulinda chama yenu. Na sisi hatuna vita na mtu. Tunalinda sisi chama yetu. Na wale ambao hawataki waende kule, wanataka kwenda kwa amani. Hakuna haja ya kusumbua watu wale wengine. Tuwe na amani jamani. Polisi wako na shughuli nyingi, sio kuja hapa kujaribu kusumbua watu.
Watu wanakufa Kilifi.
Alafu mko hapa kunyang'anya watu chama yao. Unawanyang'anya kwa nini? Kila mtu ako na haki yake. Na hivyo sisi tunataka kulinda haki yetu. Hatuna haja na mapana. Hatuna haja na nini? Hatuna haja kusumbuana na mtu. Tulinde tu haki yetu. Haki yetu. Ama ni namna gani?
Ndio hivyo.
Na nawashukuru. Hana shida isipokuwa kulinda haki yake, na polisi wanasimamia watu wakipiga mali ya mtu, kwa sababu hata hii sio nyumba yetu. Ili kukodesha tumekodesha jamii. Hii ni mali ya wengine. Kuna majirani mnawatupia tia gas ndio mchukue nyumba kwa nguvu. Hiyo sio haki, hiyo sio sheria. Na mimi nawauliza maofisa wetu wa polisi, jamani, fuateni haki. Na tumewaona sasa mara mingi sasa mkienda barabara ya kukosa kufuata haki. Tendeni haki. Muliapa ya kwamba mutailinda inchi, mutailinda wananchi na mutalinda katiba. Na ameniambia yale ambayo yanatendeka. Mimi nimesema, mimi nakuja kusimama na yeye, nakuja kusimama na wanafuasi wa chama chetu, kulinda haki ya chama chetu. Mimi sina lolote lingine. Na mimi nawauliza Wakenya, tuishi kwa amani. Tuishi kwa amani. Tusikubali kuingizwa chuki kati yetu. Tuishi kwa haki. Na kila kitu.
Yes. Those are Uhuru Kenyatta's remarks after the running battles that were witnessed at Jubilee Party Headquarters earlier today. In this video, I want us to dig deep into all that, in which I'll also answer the question why the government is desperate to kill Jubilee Party. If you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, Subscribe, give this video a like. Let's continue. Yes, those sentiments by Uhuru Kenyatta are meant to address two issues. Uhuru is sending a very clear message to Kenyans and more so to the William Ruto team that he is in Jubilee Party to stay and is going nowhere. And to a larger extension, he is in Azimio Party to stay. And that only goes on to confirm that Uhuru Kenyatta, behind the scenes, is still actively involved in Jubilee Party affairs and also in Azimio Party coalition affairs. I think that's the message Uhuru is trying to pass out by coming out in public to make such sentiments. And I believe that was important because William Ruto and his team, they have really been bulldozing Jubilee Party. And they have been taking advantage of Uhuru Kenyatta's silence to kill Jubilee Party. But those remarks by Uhuru Kenyatta, in one way or the other, is going to send a very clear message to Jubilee leaders and even some supporters that Uhuru Kenyatta is still firmly in the party. And again, from those sentiments, Uhuru is just telling William Ruto and his team that is not a person who can be easily be intimidated. Uhuru is telling Ruto and his team, I'm ready for the battle. Bring it on. That's the message Uhuru is sending to William Ruto. And that's why he has even issues on how the government is misusing the police. And truth be said, William Ruto's government is coming out as too oppressive. Why must a government involve the police in actually killing a political party? Why is the government using the police to settle political scores? Because it's very clear. The police who lobbed tear gas at the Jeremiah Kioni, they wanted to forcefully evict Jeremiah Kioni and his team from Jubilee Party Headquarters. And I know they are doing that with the blessings of top Kenya Kwanza leaders. So this is a government that is very desperate in making sure they use all they can to kill Jubilee Party. And that brings me to the big question. Why is the government desperate to kill Jubilee Party? The government does not want an alternative voice on the mountain. William Ruto and his team are very desperate in making sure the only party on the mountain is Oda Party. Jubilee is seen as an alternative voice. That's why Ruto is determined in making sure Jubilee is dead and buried. And William Ruto is worried because if you look at the happenings on the mountain, it's a fact William Ruto is in a panic mode. He gave a lot of promises to the people, promises he has not been able to fulfill. Most of the mountain Kenya residents gave William Ruto their votes almost to the last person, going by Chebukati's results, because they had high hopes of a William Ruto's presidency. In under 7 months, Ruto has not fulfilled any of the promises. We have been seeing complaints and rebellion from the people. The people on the ground, the so-called hustlers, are not satisfied with William Ruto's presidency. And there only needs to be a spark, especially from the mountain, to brew a serious rebellion against William Ruto on the mountain. And that spark can be Jubilee Party. That's why Ruto and his team are very much scared of Jubilee Party. They want to kill it in advance so that there is no proper organized political formation on the mountain. And after doing all that, I'm seeing a William Ruto will also actually turn his guns on Rigathi Gachagua and the Mountain Kenya leaders who are currently helping him in killing Mount Kenya parties. After he has succeeded in killing all parties from the mountain, he will turn his guns on the same people, the same leaders from the mountain who have helped him in killing Mount Kenya parties. That's what the leaders on the mountain should know. And that's what the people on the ground should know. After Ruto will be through with Jubilee with Uhuru Kenyatta, he'll train his guns on Rigathi Kimani Chungwa and the Ninyoros. And also, even before I conclude, listening to Uhuru Kenyatta and listening to Rigathi William Ruto the way they've been talking, and again that Azimio has announced that on 2nd May, they will be holding peaceful procession, I'm seeing a very high possibility where if a solution is not found, then Kenya is headed to the dogs. That is so because our institutions have failed to address very simple issues. If you look at what is happening in Jubilee, that's an issue that could have been addressed very amicably by the political parties tribunal. It failed to address it conclusively. Register of political parties also failed to address it. The judiciary is seen as corrupt. Parliament can also not address such simple issues. And I'm saying that because just some few weeks ago, when Azimio attempted to replace the majority whip in the Senate, we saw that there was no leadership in the Senate. And same to the National Assembly, when the issue of whose majority in Parliament was being determined. You are seeing clearly that both leadership of the two houses, National Assembly and the Senate, are not able to address very simple issues amicably. So the institutions are not, or rather the institutions are actually compromised. And that can only but lead to anarchy. If no solution is found, Kenya will most definitely slide into lawlessness. Anarchy is setting in. We are seeing a consistent pattern of goods being used to settle political scores. And that's exactly what happened today at Jubilee Party Headquarters. Goons were to be used to evict Jeremiah Kioni and his team from Jubilee Party Headquarters. Let's meet in our next analysis, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you.